Grab a seat and a snack because we need to have a chat. Your future self is screaming for you to stop being lazy. You don't need to have 1 million followers to grow on social media. If you were to tell me 2 years ago that I would be in Portugal at no cost, all thanks to social media, I would tell you that you're probably lying, because just 2 years ago, I was burnt out as a beauty business owner. I was making money, life seemed great on the outside, but on the inside, I was screaming for help. I opened a salon when I was 22 years old. I scaled it to 6 figures in my first year, sold out my first product line. So you would think my life was so fantastic and I was so happy. But I had a dream since I was a kid to be a content creator, a YouTuber, a vlogger. But when I was lashing 24/7, I got to a point that my hands hurt so bad from holding tweezers like this for 12 hours a day to be able to make the numbers I was making that I couldn't even hold up my phone to make content because it hurt so bad. Because my body at the age of 26 years old was so burnt out, so tired, I couldn't even hold a phone up. That was my reality check. I thought I was gonna own my lash salon for years. We always said dollhouse forever because it was gonna be my forever. But God had better plans for me. You see, I stopped lashing about 2 years ago on a whim. God sent me a message and he said, stop, you're not lashing anymore. This is not how you're making your income anymore. This is not how you're building your life anymore. I see how tired you are. I see how burnt out you are. You don't even have an identity outside of your beauty business because all you've known for the past how many years is beauty and dollhouse. That was the name of my business. It's all that I knew. I had no identity outside of my business. But he said, I have a better identity for you. I'm going to show you the reason I actually created you. So I quit lashing out of absolutely nowhere with no plan, no savings account, nothing to back me up. And I started a social media business. I replaced my income in 1 month because I quit lashing and I became the best at what I did. If you have a desire to grow, if you have a desire to live a life of freedom, to monetize your social media, to land brand deals, for social media to bring you to Portugal only 2 years into building your social media career, this message is for you. Because 2 years ago, I thought it wasn't gonna happen because I didn't have the time, because I didn't have any brand connections. Guess what? Nobody did when they first started. They just had the willingness to learn and the willingness to change their life. Every single person says, I wanna change my life. I want the travel, I want the cars, I want the diamonds. I want that life that everybody's showing online, but do you want the responsibilities that comes with that? Do you want the lessons you have to learn? Or are you going to face your first trial, your first tribulation, and quit and give up? Because you're not going to become successful if you do that. This video isn't about how exactly I got here, because I couldn't tell you. I joined a community at the right place at the right time with the right people. And I said yes to me because my beauty business, it was all about everybody else. I was everybody else's therapist. I was coaching my own staff more than I was pouring into myself. It was never about me, which was fine. At some point, you do need to be selfish. At some point, you do need to say, what about me? Because if I keep pouring into everybody else before I pour into myself, I am going to be living that rat race. You see, just because I wasn't clocking in for somebody else, I was clocking into my business every single day. I was clocking into the rat race because I was taking the same walk to work every single day, because I was going to the same coffee shop every single day. And one day I walked in and I didn't need to order because I was such a regular. They knew my order. And I was like, they know my order. And then it hit me. I was like, they know my order. I'm not a regular at a bar, and I'm not going to be a regular at a coffee shop, going to the same coffee shop every single day. That means you're living the same life, whether it's a corporate job or the one, again, that you created for yourself. I created a business for freedom. I joined the lash industry because I wanted freedom, but I created a version of my own hell. 1 year into building my social media career, I closed my salon to be full-time in social media. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's going to happen to absolutely everybody, because 1% of people are made for true success. And I'm also not saying I'm anywhere near where I want to be. Absolutely not. I'll always keep working towards that next goal. I'll always be grateful. And you should always be grateful for where you're at now, because your younger self, a past version of you, did indeed beg for this. But when's the last time you asked yourself, is this my identity? Is this what I'm truly supposed to do? Is this what I was actually created to do? Or was I created to impact lives across the world? Was I created to spread creativity in social media, in content creation, in ads, in art? Whatever it is you have a calling for, I'm sorry, but you need to go in on that because it's not about what your heart desires. Whoever said that to you is not living their true purpose. It's not about what your heart desires. It's about what God created you to do and be. Who are you outside of being a mom? Who are you outside of being a doctor? Who are you outside of being a wife? Do you even know what your life would look like if you didn't have all of that? If the answer is no, then I need you to pour the next 90 days into you if you want your life to change. Not your kids, not your husband, your partner, you. Have an open and honest conversation with them. Hey, I'm taking this next 90 days for me. I'm not saying separate from them, but have an open conversation. Hey, I'm not going to be pouring into you as much. I'm going to be pouring into myself. We're counterparts. I'm not saying I believe in any half and half. Absolutely not. Not over here. But they need to understand that. And before you get absolutely anything that you want, you have to believe it for yourself first. If I didn't believe I was made for more, I would never have my salon. Even after I got everything I wanted, I got every single detail I ever wanted in my salon. I cannot complain with what I had and what I got. I achieved every goal that I had. But at some point, you have to know that even if you get everything you want, you're still created for more. You can always do more. You can always live more in your purpose. Most people live up to 10% of their purpose their entire life. And I pray that that is not you. Because you do deserve to be in Portugal thanks to social media and your skill sets that are irreplaceable. You are at a job. Like you are to your boss because, I'm sorry, if you're working for somebody, you're just a number. I don't care how close you are. It's the truth. And you can and will be replaced at any minute, at any moment. And if they don't replace you with a human and with somebody that can generate them more money, AI will replace you in the next 3 to 4 years. So next time you want to learn a new skill set like trading, like social media, like UGC, like beauty UGC, so that you too can be getting products sent to you, both of these sent to me. What else in here do I have that's sent to me? So much in here that's just sent to me. If you want to be on PR lists, if you want to get everything that your heart desires, stop watching it on social media and become it for yourself. Then rather than saying, oh, this is going to take too long, I don't have the time, I need you to ask yourself, are you willing to give your job the next 50 years, the next 40 years? Are you willing to take 2 years to learn a skill set to live a brand new life? Or 1 year or 7? I don't care how long it takes. Because you're either going to be working for somebody else forever and live that rat race forever, or you can take a little bit of time and learn a new skill. Or just go all in on your skill because maybe you already have the skill. Because for somebody like me, lashing and beauty came so easy to me. Educating came so easy to me. Social media came so easy to me because it's a God-given gift. You don't have to work for it. You do, of course. I'm not saying it's always going to come easy, but when it's from God, it will. That's why I created my 90-day UGC roadmap. 90 days to take you from point a beginner, having no idea what you're doing. You don't even know what a niche is. You don't even know what an algorithm is. You don't think you can do it, or maybe you tried in the past and you failed or you gave up. And you're only failing if you give up, because I like to fail forward and keep going and keep growing. But if you want to be in the beautiful town of, or country, I don't even know what it is, of Portugal, thanks to social media, if you want to close your business, if you want to just stop working 24/7 and live a life of more freedom for you, your family, and your kids, you can, but you have to make that decision. You have to make that decision to go all in and give it 90 days. If you can't give it 90 days, you don't want it that bad. It's that you don't have the willingness. And to be successful, remember, rule number 1 is you need to have the willingness to change. You have to have the willingness to learn something new. If you don't have the willingness, then have fun working for the same person for the rest of your life. Because you will. But I created that 90-day roadmap so that you can be landing brand deals practically right away. You're going to blink and you're going to say, oh my gosh, that happened fast. It's going to feel like it happened overnight. Don't forget, there's a drone filming me right now. But don't forget, every single one of us had a day 1 as well. I also had a day 1 as well. I had 0 clients when I started. I had 0 brand deals when I started. And I was able to do it. And now I'm showing you exactly how. With my 90-day roadmap, it's not a course. It's not recorded sessions that you get. No, it's a 25 video bootcamp that you can always go back to in depth, walking you through absolutely everything, how to pitch, how to negotiate, how to raise your price, how to get retainer deals, how to be in Portugal for social media. Plus, you get 2 live sessions a week with me, 2 calls every single week where you can answer any question live. And I am showing you hands-on, answering your questions hands-on so that you can do the exact same thing. If you put in the effort, if you have the willingness. People tend to make things so much harder for themselves, but that's why I made it easy for you, because I'll never forget where I came from. I'll never forget what day one felt like for me. When I was scared to reach out to my first brands, when I was scared to make a shift, I'll walk you through everything. I'm practically gonna hold your hands. And then when you have your first brand deal, you're gonna say, oh my God, if I can do that, I can do it again and again and again. And you will. And then you're gonna look back 2 years later like I am right now and say, God, this is more than I've ever prayed for. So if you want that to be you, I want you to comment the word UGC down below so that I can send you. I want you to comment the word UGC down below, and I want to gift you a free one-on-one call. If that's you, if you have a calling to create social media, if you have a calling to create digital income or a new life for yourself, I want you to comment the word UGC down below, and I'll personally reach out to you. We can hop on a private call. This is my gift to you, because I wish when I was getting started, I had that direction and somebody showing me step by step what to do. So I want to help you do that. I want to help you live that life of freedom. But again, you need the willingness and the calling. So if you're still here, it goes to show me that you do want that. You want the trips, you want the PR, you want your time back. Because isn't that what we're all chasing, our time back? It's not about what you have. It's about what you do with your life, who you spend it with, where you spend it. That's what we all want. So I want to leave you with one question. If not now, then when? If you don't take one small action today, when will you? In 5 years from now, when your hands hurt so bad from lashing, you can't even hold up your phone anymore? Or when something happens to one of your kids and you need to take months off of work and realize that you don't have an income anymore and your boss doesn't actually care about you like that and your family like they say they do? Nobody's gonna care like you do. So if not now, then when? And if this resonated, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And follow me on all platforms, the most of Mer. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next episode.